DeSaulnier, Ducheney, Dutton, Flores, Hancock, Harmon, Hollingsworth, Huff, Kehoe, Leno, Liu, Lowenthal, Maldonado, Negrete McLeod, Oropesa, Padilla, Pavley, Price, Romero, Runner, Smidian, Steinberg, Strickland, Walters, Wiggins, Wolk, Wright, Weiland, Yee. Madam President, we are lacking a quorum.
Okay, we are lacking a quorum. Sergeants, please call the absent members, lock the doors. Senators, we are calling you to please come to the Senate chamber so that we may take up this afternoon's business. Members, a quorum is present. Would the members and our guests beyond the rail and in the gallery please rise? We will be led in prayer this afternoon by our chaplain, Rabbi Mona Alfie, after which please remain standing. We will be led in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag by Senator Wolk.
Good afternoon. The great American poet, Edward Arlington Robinson, wrote that there are two kinds of gratitude: the sudden kind we feel for what we take, and the larger kind we feel for what we give. His words are reminiscent of something most of us are taught as children: it is better to give than to receive. As we get older, if we are lucky, we come to realize that life's most lasting rewards often come from those occasions when we have the opportunity to give to others, not just things, but also opportunities, or even kind and loving words. And if we are blessed, we find a way to make service to others a part of our daily lives. May we all always be so blessed to be in a position where we can give more than we take. May this be God's will. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Members under privileges of the floor. Members, let me just acknowledge that we note that Senator Steinberg is not present in the Senate chamber. Let us just extend to him our deepest condolences for the loss of his father-in-law over the weekend. I understand that he is at a service for his father-in-law as we convene today. He will return on Thursday, at which time I believe he will put forth an adjournment in the memory of his father-in-law. But as his colleagues, we do wish to send our deepest condolences to him, to Julie, and to the entire Steinberg family. Messages from the Assembly will be deemed read. Reports of committee will be deemed read and amendments adopted. Under motions, resolutions, and notices, without objection, the following bills with floor amendments will be deemed read and the amendments adopted. This is item number 69, SER 75 by Senator Hollingsworth. Any other item under motions, resolutions, and notices? Introductions and first reading of bills. Bills are deemed read. Senator Price, for what purpose do you rise?
Adjourn.
I'm sorry?
An adjourn in memory.
Senator Price, go ahead. Let's go ahead and proceed. We don't have.
I'd like to adjourn in the memory of an outstanding citizen of our community and of the district, Maurice Kane, a business owner and community advocate in the 26th district. Mr. Kane was married for 50 years to his beloved wife, Constance Johnson Kane, and has 2 adult children. He was employed with EDD for 38 years, and he worked a brief stint as Chief of Special Programs, where he was a leading force in the Office of Civil Rights at Caltrans. It was under Mr. Kane's leadership that the implementation of the federal consent decree that provided job opportunities for minority and female-owned business enterprises came to fruition. After retiring in 1994, Mr. Kane worked to level the playing field regardless of socioeconomic circumstances and to expand opportunities for all working families. Although Mr. Kane passed away on March 31st of this year, the impact of his contributions to the residents of the 26th Senate District and the state of California will be appreciated by all of those who have known and benefited from the countless programs he set in place over the years. I ask the Senate to adjourn in his memory.
Senator Price, our deepest condolences. Senator Correa is acknowledged at Senator Steinberg's death. Senator Correa, for what purpose do you rise?
Madam President, I'd like to take up 2 items. Item number 49, first of all.
File item 49. Secretary, please read. This is under unfinished business.
Senate Concurrent Resolution 29 by Senator Correa relative to Black April Memorial Week.
Thank you, Madam President and Senators. This resolution proclaims the week of April 23rd through the 30th as Black April Memorial Week, a special time for Californians to remember the more than 58,000 Americans that lost their lives and the more than 1 million Vietnamese that also lost their lives in the fight for freedom. We want to remember their efforts and hope for a more humane and just life for those people in Vietnam. So I ask all of you to vote for this resolution again, to remember history so that we can learn and continue the struggle for freedom.
Is there any discussion or debate? Seeing none, Secretary, call the roll.
Onestad. Aye. Alquist. Aye. Ashburn. Calderon. Aye. Cedillo. Cogdill. Aye. Corbett. Aye. Correa.
Aye.
Aye. Cox. Aye. Denham. DeSaulnier. Aye. Duchesne. Dutton. Flores. Hancock. Aye. Harmon. Aye. Hollingsworth. Aye. Huff. Aye. Kehoe. Leno. Kehoe, I. Leno. I. Liu. I. Lowenthal. I. Maldonado. Negrete McLeod. I. Oropesa. Padilla. I. Pavley. I. Price. I. Romero.
Aye.
I. Runner. I. Smidian. Steinberg. Strickland. I. Walters. I. Wiggins. Wolk. I. Wright. I. Wyland. I. Yee.
Call the absent members.
Ashburn. I. Cedillo. Denham. Ducheney. Dutton. I. Flores.
We can't
Maldonado.
flag.
Oropesa. Smidian. Steinberg. Wiggins. Yee. Ducheney, I. Denham, I.
Ayes 31, noes 0. The amendments are concurred in. The resolution is passed. Members, without objection, Senator Correa is asking permission to have a photographer on the floor. Senator Correa, your next item.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to take up SCR 74, item number 68, Senior Volunteer Month. And
File item 68.
And I'd like to ask permission to have two of our senior senators on the floor, Senator Joe Murphy and Senator Joanne Kim Selby.
Without objection, they will be allowed. Secretary, please read.
Senate Concurrent Resolution 74 by Senator Correa relative to senior volunteers.
Madam President and Senators, SCR 74 proclaims May 2010 as Senior Volunteer Month. Studies indicate that more active seniors over the age of 60 are healthier and live much improved lives if they are, of course, more physically active, especially through their volunteer efforts. According to the U.S. Census population estimates, by the end of this year, there'll be nearly 4.5 million people over 65 years of age in California. It's the highest of any state. Members, we must make sure that we do all we can to encourage our seniors to volunteer and remain engaged in our society, in our communities. I ask for an aye vote in this most important resolution.
Is there any discussion or debate? Seeing none, Secretary, call the roll.
Onnested. I. Alquist. I. Ashburn. I. Calderon. I. Cedillo. Cogdill. I. Corbett. I. Correa. I. Cox. I. Denham. I. DeSaulnier. I. Ducheney. I. Dutton. I. Flores. Hancock. I. Harmon. I. Hollingsworth. Huff. I. Kehoe. I. Leno. I. Liu. I. Lowenthal. I. Maldonado. Negrete McLeod. I. Oropesa. Padilla. I. Pavley. I. Price. I. Romero.
Aye.
I. Runner. I. Smidian. Steinberg. Strickland. I. Walters. I. Wiggins. Wolk. I. Wright. I. Wyland. I. Yee. Yee, I. Cedillo, I. Smidian, I. Madam President,
Ayes 33, noes 0. The resolution is passed. Members, under consideration of the daily file, second reading file, Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 1093 with amendments, 1179 with amendments, 1303 with amendments, 1350 with amendments, 1493, 1494, 1136.
Second reading file items will be deemed read. Under Governor's appointments, Senator Onestad, are you prepared to present on file item 45, Governor's appointments?
Madam President and members, the Governor's appointments, Leroy Baca, Patricia Bates, Kimberly Epps, and Sandra McBrayer. All these appointees were heard in the Rules Committee last Wednesday, approved on a 5-0 vote with no opposition. They all provided written responses to our written questions prior to the hearing, and I would ask for your aye vote.
Is there any discussion or debate? Is there any objection to substituting our unanimous roll call? Seeing none, ayes 30. Ayes 34, no 0. The nominees are confirmed. Senator Wolk, are you prepared to take up file item 58?
I am, Madam President.
Secretary, please read.
Senate Concurrent Resolution 82 by Senator Wolk relative to Neurofibromatosis Awareness Month.
SCR 82 will declare May as Neurofibromatosis Month, also known as NF Awareness Month. The purpose of the resolution is to raise awareness about NF and bring hope to patients and families. This is a genetic disorder of the nervous system that results in the growth of non-cancerous and cancerous tumors along nerves. Approximately 1 in every 3,000 babies are born with NFI, and about 100,000 people in the United States live with this genetic disorder. The resolution is sponsored by the NF Incorporated of California. Debbie Bell, who's the president, is here with us today in the back of the chambers. I thank you very much, and I ask for your aye vote.
Is there any discussion or debate? Is there any objection to using the unanimous roll call? Seeing none, ayes 34, no 0. The resolution is adopted. Members under motions and resolutions without objection, Senate Rule 21.5, K2 will be suspended for Government Organization Committee for the following items: Senate Bills 835, Senate Bill 887, Senate Bill 1457. Without objection. Senator Correa, for what purpose do you rise?
Announcement.
Please proceed.
I'd like to announce a meeting of the PERS, Senate Public Employees and Retirement Committee, 10 minutes after adjournment today, in room 2040. 10 minutes after adjournment, room 2040.
Members of that committee, please note, Senator Negrete McLeod, for what purpose do you rise?
Purposes of announcement, committee and 3191 BNP after session.
BNP will meet as well. Senator Cox, for what purpose do you rise?
Thank you. For a purpose of announcement.
Please proceed.
With just a little bit of confusion, Madam Chair, I would ask the members of local government to join me in room, let me just get the room number here, 2040, instead of our regular meeting, our usual meeting room. That would be right after PERS. I think PERS has two bills, and the local government has 13 bills. So right after the PERS meeting, we will meet, which my guess is about 20 minutes after this Senate session adjourns.
Thank you for the clarification, Senator Cox. Members, we do have a file, but today our preference is to go into committees. Senator Simitian, for what purpose do you seek recognition?
On that point, Madam President, just to announce that the Senate Environmental Quality Committee will meet at 1:30 in room 112. Excuse me, that we will meet at 1:30 in room 112.
Members of EQ, please note, if there's no other business before the to be taken up at this time, Senator Onestad, the desk is clear.
President, the Senate will be in recess until 3:30, at which time the adjournment motion will be made, and will reconvene Thursday morning, 9 o'clock.
Members, we now stand in recess so that members may go to their respective committees.
Flawless.